Hi smart investors, it's money and health chasers here. Do you hear that fancy prayer? Cut your expenses in every corner. Hey guy, don't you want to cut your expenses? No takeaway food? No taxi, no latte, no toast. What's next? No sex? Will you start to squeeze left too fast to your toothbrush? Oh, I already made one more idea for bloggers, but let's wait, I'm a blogger also. Let's wait for them with a story about how Colgate raised their profits 2 times with having a bigger hole only. I mean in a tube of toothpaste for sure. They told you to cut everything that's possible, and a little bit more again, a little bit more again. They save on every coffee drink, despite it not being fresh, and the essential oils inside this coffee already go bad and oxidized and may hurt your health in the future. They have told you not to buy bottled water and use a filter for water despite the area where you live. Is the water fit to drink it freely in every country, in every region? Should you follow this rule blindly? Let's discuss it in this video. I think the only reasonable attitude with your expenses will bring you to the holy grail and pure happiness in your life. Joke. For sure I overestimate here. Okay. You don't waste money for bottled water. Okay. How much will you spend later to eliminate the stones from your kidneys? How big will be your suffering from it? Or maybe you will be a lucky person and bad water will hurt just your hairs and nails. Sorry, but I want you to be healthy also, not only wealthy. So is that bad advice to cut your expenses that way? I like to generalize usually, but this time I just ask myself and you also. Is all of the financial advice fit to me? Do they fit me in every case, age and country where I'm living in? Or is this a recommendation for orcs only, who has a huge amount of health, energy and a small brain and a small ability to predict the future and what future problems will occur after these wise actions? Do they make good advice? Yes, sometimes there are great ideas that you have discovered for yourself and gems of wisdom. But they are not universal, they don't fit for every life situation. I just ask you not to follow them blindly, and every time you should weigh, is this advice good for you? Not only in a financial way, but in the terms of your health, mental health, sexual health, relationships, friendships, happiness, and so on. Yes, you can live without a gym membership and do just running for free. It's okay if you're young and have a large volume of unspent health and joints and run in lanes far away from dirty highways, but what if you don't have it? If you have some special problems with your health or back, like hernia for example, maybe it's better to use money for help of professionals or trainers to make your technique of exercise correct. What if these 20 additional minutes of self-coffee making will drain a lot of energy from you in the morning and you not giving all the best at your work afterwards? Can you count discounted health flows in your future life? How much will you spend later after this kind of economy of saving? I'm not a renegade here who came just to force you to spend a lot of money in the name of business and corporations, but it may seem so now. I like very much if you can roughly cut this unnecessary spending, and if your life is very good in both ways for your wealth and for the planet health also. And I'm a big fan of you now, get me right please. So the next question is how to find this golden middle, and the same as the economy science, every one of us individually should find their point of utility maximizations, as it is for me a personal experience rubric here. I have finished the economy on almost all health expenses. I have already recognized that it is much cheaper to buy health now than buy it later. If You have money for sure. The health problems have a tendency to become worse only, and almost never to go back. Investing in health nowadays seems for me like any other good investments that only grows with time and pays dividends. It's the same as S&P 500 index. If you didn't buy it for 100, later you will pay 120 for the same. If you don't buy it for 120, you will buy it for 150. And health problems almost never become cheaper after months of waiting, for example, and like from S&P 500. Bad news. If I don't fix my health today, I just fix it later for 10, 30, 50% more expensive tomorrow. Because my problem will transgress in the next stage. And by the way, I don't speak here about the medical inflation that is much more than the food inflation sometimes. Yeah. Therefore, your money are losing a buy power in medical services even faster than in other fields. Here is a short look at medical and overall inflation on a cumulative basis since 2000. As we see here, it is not exponential but still grows faster than consumer inflation. Did you know that fact? If you didn't, just check that like button under this video is always blue. The same as if you knew that fact. That will help me a lot and thank you. I think you get the point. So today is the best day to buy some health for yourself. You can buy it in magic bottles at pharmacies. And the World Health Organization strongly recommends eating fresh prepared food that was not prepared more 4 or 5 hours before eating. So here we go to the same point. Cook at home in the morning or even yesterday is not the best option if you want to consume this food for dinner. I can understand when people do it when they are in hard times. But come on, I hear this advice from people who earn millions of dollars in a year sometimes. This is a life, and in order to achieve some goals you need to sacrifice something sometimes. So keep it in mind, please. If you can cook some salad with nuts, for example, in olive oil, it's maybe okay. It will remain almost the same to the end of the day, so you can easily eat this type of food without damage to your health. But if you cook for 1 week and keep it in the fridge, don't wait for good health or a lot of digestive system health. If so many millennials will start to care about health this way, I just will buy many healthcare stocks and will be waiting for a big growth of profits and dividends in these companies after 5 years already. Because they will need a lot of medical care after few years of that dramatic savings. Like VHT ETF, for example, will be good for this. Here you can see the holdings of this ETF. So many pills and medicine stuff here. This is not tasty as for me personally. I only want to be a customer of this company. Only in prevention mode, in stocks meaning. So at this background, gym membership or yoga classes might not look that expensive now, yes? And I left out of the brackets the suffering. Nowadays, as I speak with many doctors, they just say that many diseases become younger and younger every year. Sadly, sometimes it's because of sitting too much in front of the computer and camera and lack of physical activities and exercise, and sometimes it's food quality, water, air, and so on. Oh guys, I sound as a grandfather now, I know. But it's not a sermon, it's all about money and counting of advantage from some savings. I don't even talk about some silly ways to cut expenses that I heard some people do. Accountants. Don't even think about it. Many other ways to make dubious cut expenses, like your education courses that can grow your skills and potential and salary afterwards. Yes, you probably can find all information at YouTube for free, but let's be fair, how often did you finish the entire course when it is free and accessible at any time with no any limitations? Let's be honest, we rarely appreciate free information and treat it properly. It is always like, oh, this video here for 10 years, so I will watch it next week. He has nowhere to hide, right? It can be a tough situation because you are right. It looks stupid to buy information that you have in relatively free access and spend your dear money for this. You work hard for this money. But this exuberance of information left us in doubt every time. Which one to choose? This or this? So I just moved to the next one and haven't learned anything at all. That is one of the reasons why in the world of free information, the education is still so expensive. Have you ever thought about this? Why do rich parents still pay that much money for the education of their kids? Do they do it for information only? What do you think? Enough of the sermons today, please, man. I know you already get the point, and you will easily write down in the comments below some examples of strange expenses cuts that can bring you down. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your attention, comments and likes if you will put it. So see you in the next videos. Bye.